A woman who is deeply attracted to Yui, always doing this in front of Ya Women's Psychology. Welcome to Bong Chronicle, the place where we help you navigate the complexities of love and relationships. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic. Have you ever found yourself wondering if a woman is deeply attracted to you, but the signs seem too subtle to decipher? Well, your note-alone women are masters of de facto, nonverbal communication, often revealing their feelings through actions rather than words. And when a woman is truly attracted to you, she's always doing certain things that, if you pay attention, will make her interest crystal clear. Does this matter? Because understanding these subtle cues can completely transform how you approach relations. It's not just about figuring out whether she's into you, it's about learning how to decode the complex language of attraction and building a connection based on mutual understanding and verbal cues are the unsung heroes of communication, and when you master the art of recognizing them, you unlock a whole new level of emotional intelligence and relationship success. In this video, we're going to help you decode the psychology behind attraction. We'll break down the subtle, often subconscious behaviors women exhibit. One, they're deeply drawn to someone. By then, you'll not only be able to spot signs, but also understand what they mean and how to respond confidently and respectfully. Here's what you can expect. We'll start by exploring the fascinating cycle of women's attraction, why they communicate in subtle ways, and what drives these behaviors. Then we'll uncover the key signs that a woman is deeply into you. These aren't random gestures. They're scientifically rooted in human behavior. And finally, we'll share actionable tips to help you strengthen your connection once you recognize these signs. So if you've ever struggled to tell whether she's just being nice or truly interested, or if y'all went to avoid the embarrassment of misreading her intentions, stick around because the insights we're about to share might just change how you approach your relationships forever. Let's get started, shall we? Understanding these subtleties can transform your interactions and deepen your connection's view of attraction. Psychology. Attraction manifests differently across genders. While men might express interest through overt actions, women's signals often reside in subtle behavior-driven cues. Distinction isn't arbitrary, it's rooted in both evolutionary biology and societal conditioning. Women have a historically developed nuanced ways to convey interest, making it essential to recognize and interpret these signals accurately. Role of subconscious Kuzmak of human communication is not verbal, operating beneath conscious awareness. Women may not always articulate their feelings directly, but their subconscious behaviors can reveal genuine attraction. Prolonged eye contact, mirroring your gestures, or slight changes in tone when speaking to you, aerial indicators. Recognizing these cues requires attentive observation and an understanding of the unspoken language of attraction. Factors influence equex several traits consistently. As attractive to women: confidencia, self-assured demeanor, signals security and capability. It's not about arrogance, but rather a comfortable person in one's own skin. Emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage your own emotions while empathizing with others. Fosters deeper connections. Women value partners who can navigate the emotional landscape with sensitivity and awareness, kindness and humor. Genuine kindness and a good sense of humor are universally appealing. They indicate a pleasant companionship and a positive outlook on life, ambition and stability, demonstrating drive and a sense of purpose coupled with stable attitudes, reliability and a shared future vision. Building empathy. Approaching this topic with empathy is crucial. Recognize that everyone has unique experiences and perspectives. By valuing and respecting a woman's viewpoint, you create a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Empathy allows for genuine connections, moving beyond mere interpretation of signals to understanding the person behind them. In the next segment, we'll delve into specific behavioral signs that indicate attraction, behavioral signs of deep attraction. Now that we've set the stage by understanding women's psychology and attraction, let's dive into the behavioral signs that reveal when a woman is deeply drawn to you. These behaviors are subtle, often subconscious, but once you recognize them, you'll be able to interpret her interest with clarity and confidence. Sign 1: a mirroring behavior. Have you ever noticed Setsumi subtly copying your movements or speech patterns? That's called mirroring, and it's one of the most reliable indicators of attraction. Mirroring is a subconscious act where someone reflects your body language, tone, or energy level. It's their way of establishing a connection and signaling alignment with you. For instance, if you lean forward while talking, she might unconsciously do the same, or perhaps you cross your arms and moments later she follows suit. In conversation, she may start using similar phrases or adjusting her speech pace to match yours. Even her laugh might core own energy. Mirroring happens because humans are hardwired to bond with those they feel connected to. It's a subconscious attempt to build rapport and create a sense of sameness. So you spot it. Pay attention to the small things, her gestures, posture, Aravan, the rhythm of her breathing when you're together. If you notice a pattern, it's likely not a coincidence. This is your way of saying, I feel comfortable with you and I'm attracted to you. Sin 2: seeking proximity. The next sign is all about proximity. Attraction often translates into a desire to be physically close to someone. If a woman is drawn to you, she'll find excuses telling her in your space or position herself. No, even if she doesn't say a word about it, think about it. Does she sit next to you at group gatherings even when there's plenty of space elsewhere? Does she lean in during conversations between you two? Maybe she finds small excuses to touch your arm or brushes past you as walks by. This behavior stems from a psychological need to feel connected. Humans are naturally inclined to gravitate toward those they're attracted to, and proximity is a subtle way to express interest without outright saying. Here's the key though, not all closeness is attraction based. The difference lies in intentionality. Casual proximity feels random, while attraction-based proximity feels deliberate. Like she's choosing to be near you because she has to. Sin 3: displaying nervousness or excitement. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, it often triggers a mix of nervousness and excitement. These emotions manifest in small but telling behaviors. She might play with her hair, fidget with her hands, or giggle at things that aren't particularly funny. If you notice her cheeks flush or her voice become slightly higher pitched, she's likely feeling the thrill of being in your presence. But why does attraction create nervous energy? It's because she's emotionally invested. She cares about how she comes across to you, and the idea of making a good impression naturally stirs up a bit of anxiety. Here's how you can tell the difference between attraction and simple shyness. Nervous attraction often comes with warmth. She might blush or stumble over her words, but her overall demeanor will still feel inviting. Shyness, on the other hand, is more withdrawn. She may avoid prolonged interaction altogether. By recognizing these signs, you can reassure her with a calm and confident presence, making her feel at ease and deepening your connection. Sign for increased eye contact. They say the eyes are through windows to the soul, and when it comes to attraction, this couldn't be more true. One of the clearest signs of deep interest is consistent and meaningful contact. When a woman is attracted to you, her eyes tend to linger on your chest a little longer than usual. Isn't the casual glance of a polite tech conversation. It's more intentional, often accompanied by a slight smile or soft expression. She might look at you when she thinks you're not noticing, then quickly glance away when you catch her. Different types of eye contact convey different messages. Prolonged warm eye contact indicates emotional connection, while playful darting glances suggest flirtation. The trick is to observe whether her gaze feels personal and focused. It's her way of saying, you've got my attention. However, it's important to strike a balance. Too much staring can feel invasive. So if you notice her maintaining eye contact, return the gesture naturally. This exchange builds trust and creates an unspoken bond between you to sign 5 teasing or playful banter. Finally, let's talk a bootyazing. If she's playfully teasing you or engaging in lighthearted banter, to kite as a positive sign. This behavior often indicates comfort, attraction, and a desire to connect on a deeper level, a desire to test the water, seeing how you react to her humor and wit. She might make a joke about your outfit or playfully challenge something you said. It's her way of keeping the interaction fun and dynamic. While subtly expressing her interest, psychological avoidance is a form of flirtation. It shows that she feels at ease around you and is comfortable enough to lower her guards. Key here is to respond in kind. Match your energy with playful banter of you're on. This back and forth dynamic strengthens your connection and creates a sense of shared intimacy. These 5 behaviors: mirroring, seeking, proximity, displaying nervous excitement, increased eye contact, and playful teasing are like breadcrumbs leading you to her true feeling. Be recognizing these signs, you'll notably understand her better. But I'll supposition yourself to build a deeper, more meaningful connection in the next segment. We'll explore why women often use subtle signals to communicate their attraction, and how you can decode them respectfully. Why women use subtle signals. Let's explore why women often communicate their feelings through subtle signals. Rather than direct statements, cultural and social conditioning society has long shaped how women express their emotions, often encouraging indirect communication. For generations, cultural norms have painted women as the gatekeepers of relation, if placing a disproportionate emphasis on being ladylike or reservedness. A result, many women learn to be more subtle when showing interest, relying on nonverbal cues instead of direct confrontation. But there's more to it than social conditioning vulnerabilities. A huge role putting feelings online is risky. What if they're not reciprocated? What if the man misinterpreted? What if her intentions, the fear of rejection is universal, but for women it's compounded by societal expectations that discourage overt expressions of interest. This isn't about playing games. Signals are a way of gauging interest while maintaining emotional safety. Understanding this dynamic allows you to approach these situations with empathy and respect. How to respect the signals. Here's the truth. Interpreting subtle signals isn't an exact science, and over-analyzing them can do more harm than good. Women don't want to feel like they're under a microscope. Every move scrutinized for hidden meanings. The key is to focus on patterns. If you notice consistent behaviors, like mirroring, seeking proximity, or prolonged eye contact, it's a good indicator that she's interested. Once you spot these patterns, the best thing you can do is create an environment for open communication. This doesn't mean confronting her with, "Are you into mine?" Instead, lean into the connection, be warm, approachable, and genuine. Let her feel safe enough to express her interests more openly at her own pace. By respecting her signals and avoiding assumptions, you foster trust, a cornerstone of any meaningful relations. Building confidence to respond to her signals. Now that you understand the why behind her subtle signals, let's talk about how to respond with confidence and authenticity. Thorough of confidence. Confidence size magnetic. When you exude self-assurance, you make it easier for her to engage with you. But here's the thing, true confidence isn't about being loud or overbearing. It's about being secure in yourself and your intentions. Start by staying present in the moment. Pay attention to her cues, but don't obsess over them. Confidence means trusting your ability to interpret the situation with it second-guessing every interaction. If you're unsure how to project confidence, focus on small changes. Stand tall, maintain steady eye contact, and speak with clarity. These simple adjustments can make a world of difference in how you're perceived, creating a safe space for her to open up. Beyond confidence, the real key to deepening your connection lies in making her feel safe. Women are more likely to open up when they sense that you value and respect them. Start by practicing active listening when she talks. Hear your Full attention, no distractions, her thoughts and feelings acknowledge. Her perspective, Evan, if you don't fully understand it right away, empathy is another powerful tool. Recognize that expressing attraction can be just as daunting for her as it is for you. By creating an unjudgmental space, you invite her to let her guard down. Finally, take small, meaningful steps to nurture that connection. Share something about yourself, your goals, your passions, or a funny story from your day. Vulnerabilities, a two-way street, and when you're willing to open up, you encourage her to do the same. Confidence and empathy go hand in hand together. They form the foundation for interpreting her signals and responding in a way that strengthens your bond. In our next segment, we'll explore common mistakes men make when interpreting attraction and how to avoid them. Common mistakes men make when interpreting attraction. Let's talk about a crucial topic: the common mistakes men make when interpreting attraction. Even with the best intuitions, it's easy. Thomas read a woman's signals and make assumptions that backfire. Overanalyzing Gary, one of the biggest pitfalls is overthinking. You notice a gesture or a glance, and suddenly you're just moment like it's a clue in a mystery novel. While it's good to be observant, overanalyzing can create unnecessary confusion and lead to false conclusions. Attraction isn't a checklist, it's a dynamic interaction. Instead, obsessing over every detail. Focus on consistent patterns in her behavior. Obedience is key here. Let things unfold naturally and don't rush to label her actions. Misreading politeness as attraction. Another common mistake is mistaking friendliness for romantic interest. Women can be warm, kind, and engaging without it meaning anything beyond simple politeness. Genuine attraction goes beyond surface level interactions and is often accompanied by deeper, more consistent signals. How can you tell the difference? Pay attention to context and the frequency of her behavior. A one-off smile or friendly gesture, it's just that friendly but repeated signs of engagement combined with other cues like proximity or mirroring may indicate something more. Ignoring verbal communication. Finally, don't forget the importance of what she says. Verbal communication and nonverbal cues work together to create a complete picture. If her words don't align with her actions, listen to her words. They often carry more weight. Clear communication is always the goal, so don't be afraid to ask questions and clarify when needed. Actionable steps to strengthen connection. Now that we've covered common mistakes, let's shift gears and focus on what you can actively do to strengthen your connection. Step 1: be present and observant. The first step is to be present. Pay attention to her cues, but don't overthink them. This means actively listening when she speaks, maintaining eye contact, and observing her body language in a relaxed, natural way. The key here is balance. Show interest without appearing overly analytical or distracted. Step 2: match her energy. Next, focus on matching her energy. If she's being playful and lighthearted, respond in kind. If she's sharing something more serious, show empathy and attentiveness. Aligning with her mood and comfort level creates harmony and builds trust. Remember, connection happens when both people feel understood and respected. Step 3: communicate your interest. Finally, don't shy away from subtly expressing your own interest. This doesn't mean overwhelming her with declarations of affection. Instead, use small, meaningful actions like complimenting her on something specific, showing genuine curiosity about her life, or sharing a part of yourself. Rest her boundaries and let your interest unfold naturally. A confident, considerate approach demonstrates emotional maturity and sets the tone for a deeper connection. Building a strong connection isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. Final thoughts and conclusion, and that brings us to the end of today's video on Bond Chronicle. Let's quickly recap what we've uncovered about subtle signs that a woman is deeply attracted to you. First, we explored the fascinating behavioral cues that reveal her feelings, like mirroring Your action-seeking proximity, displaying nervous excitement, making intentional eye contact, and engaging in playful teasing these aren't random actions. They're deeply rooted in psychology and often happen subconsciously. We also talked about why women use subtle signals in first place, how cultural conditioning, vulnerability, and the fear of rejection shape their approach. To express and attract, understanding this dynamic allows you to interpret her actions with empathy and respect. Finally, we covered common mistakes men make when interpreting attraction, like overanalyzing, misreading politeness, disinterest, or ignoring verbal communication, and how to avoid them, instead focus on actionable steps, like being present, matching her energy, and communicating your interest authentically. Now, here's the thing: knowing these signs is only the first step. The real magic happens when you SACs knowledge to create meaningful, respect, and fulfilling connections. So, next time you notice these behavior, approach the situation with confidence, understanding, and watch how your relationships transform. Off this video resonated with you? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences in the comments below. There, you've noticed these signs before or learn something new today? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Bond Chronicle, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you found value here, check out our next video. We've got even more insights to help you navigate the complexities of love and relationships. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Asterisk.